Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Andhika Rafi. I'm from 12 Science 9, and in here I want to do my presentation about the conditional sentence. Hope you enjoyed it. So, conditional sentence. First, I want to explain about the meaning. I took the meaning from Grammarly. So they said conditional sentences are statements discussing non-factor or hypothetical situation and their consequences. Complete conditional sentences contain a conditional clause or often referred to as the if clause and the consequence. So in short, conditional sentence is a sentence that we express if the condition is might to happen, but we want it to really happen in real life. So the conditional sentence is divided by four types. First is conditional sentence type 0, conditional sentence type 1, type 2, and type 3. Conditional sentence type 0. Zero conditional sentences express the general truth situation in which one thing always causes another. When you, when you use a zero conditional, you're talking about the general truth rather than a specific instance or something. So this type is talking about the facts of the situation. For example, if you don't brush your teeth, you get cavities. It's true. And the second is if you don't clean your hair, you get dandruff on your head. And it's true too. So the formula is if plus simple present. Conditional sentence type 1. First, conditional sentences are used to express situation in which the outcomes is likely but not guaranteed to happen in the future. So, for example, first, if you boil the water will boiling. And the second is if you put the water in the freezer, the water will turn into the ice cube. So the formula is if plus simple present, comma, simple future, we use will in here, or imperative. Conditional sentence type 2. The second conditional sentences are useful to expressing outcomes that are completely unrealistic or will not likely happen in the future. So this type is talking about the unrealistic situation, or this situation is not likely to be happen in the future. So for example, first, if I inherited $1 billion, I would travel to the moon. And the second is if I were you, I would continue my study. So the formula is if plus simple past or were, comma, would or could or might plus bare infinitive. Conditional sentence type 3. Third, conditional sentences are used to explain that present circumstances would be different if something different had happened in the past. So this type is talking about if we do something different in the past, we can change the future. So for example, if you had told me you needed a ride, I would have left earlier. And the second is if I had cleaned the house, I could have gone to the movies. But the fact is I haven't cleaned the house, and I I didn't go to the movies now. So the formula is if plus perfect, past perfect, comma, would or should or could or might plus have plus past participle. So this presentation have the Q&A section. So the first is the question. First, it would have been easier for him to get a job if he blah 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 a computer course. And the second is if the car blah 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 in the better condition, we would make a long trip now. And the third is if the player scores another goal, the result blah 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 a draw. So the answer is it would have been easier for him to get a job if he had taken a computer course. Why? Why? We can see this. Number one is if he blah 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 a computer course, comma it would have been. Would have been is use third type. So if plus had verb 3. So we can fill the blank with had taken. And the second is if the car were in a better condition, we would make a long trip now. This sentence, we use the second type of the conditional sentence. If blah blah blah, we would make would and verb 1. Uh, and we can fill the blank with were or past 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 participle. And the third is if the player scores another goal, the result blah 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 a draw. So we can see the formula. If the player scores another goal is if plus simple present, the result it must be will or simple future. So we can fill the blank with will be a draw. So the complete sentence is if the player scores another goal, the result will be a draw. So thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.